Welcome back. We completed the register page for our project. So now what we have to do is we have to connect it to our server via Context API. So we also did create the list of action types for the context. So let's get started. Auth Context, and then we're going to do auth state.js. We're also going to do auth reducer.js. Auth reducer is going to be fairly simple. Import everything as action types, and we're going to import that from, we're going to go out of this folder one time, and then it is context actions. Yes. And then we're going to do export default state. We're going to throw in, let me get rid of this one, disable that. Throw in a switch statement in there. Switch statement is going to take the action type, and by default, we're going to return state. Let's close that. So let's see. Let's open that real quick. So, okay. In our case, let's do case register fail. Let's do case login fail. Let's return state. Do toast. Y'all remember toast. It's going to be action.payload. That's what we're passing. Current user is going to be equal to null. Our token is also going to be equal to null. And also, before we do that, let's remove from local storage our token. Now let's do auth error. Okay. Now the reason why I'm separating that is because just because we get an authorization error doesn't mean that we need to do all of this, right? Let's say, for example, if I somehow tried to delete a blog that didn't belong to me, doesn't necessarily have to log the user out. Just need to throw that error. So let's go ahead and do that. Case, action type, action types, auth error. We're going to return the state as is, and then we're going to do toast.payload. That's it. That's what we need. What else? Login success. Actually, let's do logout. Logout, we're also going to remove the token. A token is equal to null. We're saying current user is equal to null. Now we're doing the register and login success. Return state. But what we're also doing is we are setting the token. Case set current user, we're going to do return state. Current user is go to action.payload. Okay, so next thing that I need to do is I need to do clear errors. I'm going to return the state, and then we're going to do toast, set that to null. And voila. I do believe we are done with our auth reducer. So let's close that and go to our auth state. So in our auth state, we're going to import create context, and we're also going to import use reducer. We're going to get those from React. We're going to import Axios from Axios. We're going to import auth reducer that we just created. We're going to import everything as action types from context action, and then we're going to create our auth context. Const auth context, and we're going to do export default function, and then this is going to be our auth state. It's kind of a props. And then down at the bottom, we're going to do return. We're going to return the auth context provider. No. I'm kind of jumping the gun here because I know what I'm doing on here. And props.children. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the top. We're going to do const initial state. The token, we're going to get that from local storage. Current user, that's going to be null. Toast, which is a representative of whatever errors we have or alerts we need to send. That's going to be null. I believe that's going to be it. And then we're going to do state and dispatch like this. And yeah, this. And region. Okay. Yep. Over here, let's create a config because we're going to be needing that. Const config is equal to headers. Okay, and our something else that we need to add to it. Ext auth token. Nope. That's going to be equal to local storage get item token. All right. Now, our actions. Register. Let's call that user data. Gonna throw in a try-cat. Error. So this one is going to be register user. If we do have an error, it's going to be console log error.response.data. And then we're going to do dispatch. I'm taking care of the error first. I don't know why I'm doing that, but it's to register failed to type, and payload is going to be data. here we're going to do const. It's going to be a post res, and we're going to pass in the config to tell it that we're sending a application / JSON type. And now we got to do something with the result. So type registration success, payload is res.data. In this case, we are expecting the token. So register, self-explanatory. Over here, login user. Gonna do something similar. Copy and paste this. This is login. This is what I need to delete. That's going to be login, fail, login success, and this one is login fail. Okay. So register, login, set current user. Okay, let's do logout. This one is pretty easy. Dispatch. All we're doing here is we are doing. We don't even need to send the payload. Clear errors. Similarly, clear errors. And last but not least, const get profile. We're gonna call that get profile async. This one is gonna be a little bit different. So this one is gonna be a get. It's gonna go for the profile, and we're sending the config. Okay. Why we're sending the config is because we're also going to send in the token in the header. All right. Let's see. Clear errors. Okay. So now let's pass these on. I think I'm about to get sick, so forgive me for the sniffles. Need to drink some tea. Initial. So let's get our values here. Token, current user, toasts, register user, login user, logout user, clear errors, get profile. Is there anything else? I believe that's about it. All right. So we did the auth context. We're going to stop right here. In the next video, we're going to go back to our register and we're going to connect it so we can communicate with our backend. I will see you in the next video.